Heeb and Goy, Heeb and Goy, we would like to welcome you. Heeb and Goy, Heeb and Goy, one Gentile and a Jew. Heeb and Goy, Heeb and Goy, two old men who like to complain. Heeb and Goy, Heeb and Goy, we hope that you will come back again.
Hey guys.
Hey, oh my God, the drinks are here. How we doing? Yeah, Shirley Temple, Shirley Temple. I love it.
I'm gonna get chips and salsa.
Chips and salsa?
Yeah.
Anything else for you?
I think that's good for now.
For now, we're good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. See, that's how you behave when you're out.
Right.
It's
Not being demanding.
you're not being demanding. You realize that this is a person in customer service, and it's not the easiest job in the world.
So we're already right now.
You know what? I'm not getting enough camera time. Here we go.
We are we're at the Hilton near the Phoenix airport. I will be flying to Mexico tomorrow for my trip, and we're here for tonight to spend the night here. We flew today, dealt with the normal fun of flying. I'm sure you can imagine.
Dan flew to Phoenix. This is his layover. He's here for a little while.
We're spending the night because it's only one flight a day to Mexico.
Yeah.
To where we're going. So spend the night tonight, and we get up in the morning and we schlep to the airport.
So it's kind of interesting because now Dan and I this is only the second time we've been in the
person,
same room
yeah.
over what, 15 years?
Yeah.
And it was very much the same similar kind of a situation.
Didn't we
Maybe
go out to
10
eat?
years.
We went somewhere.
So about 10 years ago, the last time you were here, probably the same fucking thing where it was like a layover,
No, I think we were probably going to Sedona. That's usually the reason. Or was that when we went and saw Adele? Oh my God, it was so bad.
You had to go to got
She dragged me to see Adele
Oh.
in Phoenix. Yeah. Yeah.
So that was the last time I saw you. Was about 15, 10 years. 10 years ago.
5-ish maybe. It
You
wasn't
think?
10. It wasn't 10.
And so now, by the way, so we're in like the Hilton lobby,
We're in a restaurant.
and we're almost side sitting right now.
Yeah, we
which
look
is
like a couple.
we
Right.
kind of look like it looks a little fruity,
Yeah, it looks like we have made some late decisions later in life.
right? Like, hey, my
I
wife.
think we have a
is
natural conversation. That's all. I mean, we just. So what? Let's talk about my day. So.
Hi.
All right,
Would you
hey.
like the chicken picanha
No, I don't think it's you're like a pretzel and chips. Yeah.
What's the back of that?
Okay, that's no worries. Yeah, it's very you're
Yeah.
worried. I'm so worried about other people. You know what I mean?
It's no biggie. So anyway, we flew from Florida to Charlotte, and then from Charlotte to Phoenix. And
Cheers, Dan. Dan bought me. Dan's treating.
yeah, you know what that means though.
What
You
does
can
that
expect
mean?
something later, right?
I know, right?
Yeah.
What a little reach around maybe
Yeah.
somewhere.
So I have a rule. If it's more than 3-ish hours, I go first class, or I don't go.
Right.
It's my rule. It sound like an asshole when I say that, but you get on those long flights, and if you are on a bigger plane,
Yeah.
that
So
could be the
you-
worst 3.5 hours of your life.
So this flight
Right.
from Florida to Phoenix was
Well, Florida to Charlotte,
yeah.
then Charlotte to Phoenix, and we ended up being over 5 hours because there were some strong headwinds coming from
Yeah.
the west. So
So you've done well enough in life to where you can get a first class.
Well, I don't travel that often, and typically it's not that long a flight. If I'm flying in New York City, I'll go regular. It's fine.
Right.
But if I'm going over a long flight,
You're not going to fly regular in New York City.
I mean that's only 2 hours. Hour and a half.
You would fly coach
Yeah.
for 2.5 hours to New York City.
Hour out,
I
not
don't
2.5.
believe it. When's the
1.5.
I don't believe it. When's the last time you did that? Ain't no
I
way.
prefer not to answer.
Yeah. Okay. See,
But-
because he's lying. There's no way.
But what I'm saying is that the rule, and if you saw the people on this flight today,
Right. When judge people.
I'm just saying these are people you don't want to spend 3.5 hours next to, 4.5 hours. And I'm
Yeah.
talking about people with kids screaming. I'm
Right.
talking about one guy who looked like he weighed at least 500 pounds.
Imagine sitting next to him. Did,
Yeah.
he, have, did he have 2 seats?
I don't know because I was in front and he was in the back. That's the beauty of it. I
Did
don't
you
know.
see-
Don't need to know. Don't care.
Because you're so the
If
guy,
I'm in coach, that's my problem.
right?
Then I got to worry about it.
So Dan is the. That's the thing. When you sit in first class, you get to watch the parade of
Yeah.
lesser thans.
No. I
Walking-
mean, there's probably people in coach who are very wealthy and they just don't fly first class. And that's I'm not. It's for me. It's about I'm not willing
That's true.
for 4 hours. You can understand this better than anyone. Are you willing to spend 4 hours of your life trapped
Oh my God.
with a kid shitting everywhere, a 500-pound man,
Yeah.
or whatever else? I mean, someone who has bad body
I've got a
odor.
relative who is a multimillionaire, and he will not fly first class. He flies coach, and he's with his wife is mortified by it because she wants to fly first class. One of the perks of being with a millionaire, he won't do it.
I mean, look, I get it. I do. And it's one, like, we all have stuff in our lives that matters to us. Like,
Yeah.
there's things I don't spend money on that other people would.
That's an important thing.
But for me, I'm not willing to deal with that. So, but if it helps, this is the only first class leg we have. Tomorrow, I think we're business. Then coming home, we're all coach.
No.
But it's all small planes. When we come home, it's all like you're in a row with 2 seats, me
Yeah.
and her. And then that's
I
fine.
will say that. Do you think people are like overhearing us right
Probably. We look like assholes. It's okay.
now? You know, I was gonna say, we always like to talk about people and people that are annoying and stuff. And I was thinking about this on the drive over here. We're the annoying people today, right
Yes.
now, at
If
this
we
very
were, if
moment.
you and I were at
We
this
walked
restaurant,
right in, right there, right?
we were at this restaurant and we saw 2 assholes with a laptop
Right.
recording a
I'd be like,
podcast.
I would say something.
I'd be like,
are these 2 guys doing a
well,
fucking
maybe
podcast?
they think we're famous. We should make up backstories in case they ask.
You know what? Right.
I
Can
could
we-
say, I
we
could
should-
say
can we,
I
like-
was the guy on Family Ties at the very end, you know?
I'm
Something
Eddie
like that.
Vedder's cousin.
Right.
know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we have a podcast, and I know it looks like, you know, have you not heard about the Heeb Goy show? We've got millions of viewers and subscribers. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's like Bad Friends. It's like all these other podcasts.
Yeah, you're missing out. I mean, so what else can we talk about? So, another fun this week is your boy developed a touch of food poisoning on Tuesday, Wednesday, knowing
He
I had to
did.
travel Friday. It was a
So-
bad week for me.
You know, Dan developed a case of food poisoning because he's constantly going out to eat.
Yes.
And so he went out to one of these fakakta restaurants that he likes to go to. And, you know, Dan, you've worked in restaurants before, right?
No,
you
no,
ever-
I've worked in service, but not
Not in the
food
kitchen?
service. No.
So what happens in the kitchen is they want to make sure. Can you move this drink? I don't want to. Is that in your way? Is that okay right there?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I just didn't want to like.
yeah. You talk with your hands. It's all right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to knock it over. What was I talking about just now?
In the kitchen, they
Yeah.
cut corners.
So I'm in the
They-
kitchen,
They
they're
noticed
cutting
They
corners.
noticed that the
Okay.
chicken might not be quite
So
safe.
Dan, what did you order that was suspicious?
So
that
I
you
got,
think-
you think something pretty safe. I got these just chicken tenders, basically.
So there's okay. Let me clue you in. In the kitchen back there, there's a metal rectangular container. It's got pieces of chicken tenders, and the guy comes back. Sorry, we got chicken tenders on table 1. They are instructed to go through the tray first, and they're sniffing it. They're like, it seems okay. We got to use this first before we open up the new chicken tenders. We got to use it. Got to
You
use.
got to get rid of it.
Got to like rotate the
Say,
side.
yeah.
So they're sniffing it. They're going like, I don't know.
Just
man.
like you with the casserole that one
This is
time.
exactly what they do.
With the casserole, did
Yeah,
you do
with-
that?
Yes.
Oh, you did. Okay.
And this is what you do. So they're sniffing it, whatever, and so they're going to give you the old ones first. Okay, we got some activity going. This is going to be good. I think we might have stumbled across some gold.
Boomers.
Yeah, I know, right?
Go ahead.
So
These are the people you tell me about. This
yeah, I
is
know.
it right here.
This is it right here.
All right.
And I got to watch the voice because, like, Ro always tells me that I talk too loud. My voice carries, you know, and I know that's true. But like when it comes to broadcasting like this, I think it's an asset. You want to project your voice. You know what I mean?
No, you do. You do.
Yeah, you do. Oh, this is my pretzel. Wow. Thank you, boss.
You're welcome.
Oh
Anything
my
else I can get
goodness.
for you?
It's good so far. He's got his chips covered.
Yeah, they're
okay?
coming. Yep, they're coming.
All right, thanks, boss. Appreciate you,
Absolutely.
dude. Okay, let me just cut.
Look at this.
Let me. It's just okay. I'm gonna do something right now. So we go to like we're in one of these hotel restaurants.
This is more than I would expect from a hotel restaurant. Oh,
Now it's a little more well done than I would like. I'll be honest with you. And
yeah,
it comes with sweet gherkin. Okay, here's your shit. Your shit's coming. Look alive. There we go. Oh, wow. Chips and salsa for Dan. Very nice.
thank you.
Very nice. All right, very good. There's a little. You want one of these little? Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. You know what? Do you want some of this? Are you sure?
No, I had the meal on the plane. I had the vegetarian.
This is basically a meal right now. This is gonna fuck up my diet. I've been trying to stay off. Like white flour. And so this is essentially a huge chunk of white flour.
It's Carb City, man. It's good stuff, though.
It's really, I think, good. I gotta say, it's distracting me a little bit to be sitting like this, and I'll tell you what I mean. It's a prepper thing. This is, I don't like sitting in a restaurant or public space with my back to the activity. Because I've always got it in my head, if any shit goes down. So Dan and I are kind of in a corner over here, and you can see behind us is all like there's the entrance in and out. Normally, I'd be wanting to sit like this.
Yeah, normally. Yeah. You keep
So
your eye on the
guys,
door.
keep my eye on the door. See, if someone walks in with a trench coat, I mean, I'm on that. You know, I'm going to keep an eye on that. If any kind of like thing that piques my attention, and I will come up with a plan. Like, okay, if something happened, honest to God, first thing I do, I'm like, okay, remember, Dan, we walked back there, and I said, what's that table back there? And you know, it's a closed off section. Any shit goes down, that's where we're running.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
You mean when if
Anything.
a terrorist comes
I
into
don't know if it's
the
that, or
Hilton,
if just
the
like a
Phoenix?
guy, like a robbing a bank situation, like a crazy person. I'm getting out of here. And I want to know the route to get out of here. So it's weird. It's weird to be sitting here and like shit going on behind my back. That's why I keep turning around like I'm mad. There are a bunch of
Whereas I don't fear anything.
boomers sitting behind me, too.
Yeah, we got boomers. So what else can we discuss? So what was your day like? You're still solo, right?
Oh shit! You can't take me out anywhere, Dan. By the way, this pretzel's really good. I'm really enjoying this. It's probably a $28 pretzel.
18.
This is an $18 pretzel.
Yeah.
And I tell you, there's no way in hell on any circle. Dan, thank you. That's very nice of you, Dan. Dan's taking care of his friend.
That's right.
Well, I am Dan's.
Is Rose
business
still gone? Or is she back?
Rose still gone.
Okay.
She's still in Hawaii. So I'll talk about this. How's the picture? It keeps getting fuzzy. Is the picture okay?
Yeah, I think we're
Is
okay.
it?
Yeah.
So remember last week we talked about Home Alone? You know, I'm going to call this one Night on the Town.
Oh, yeah.
So
This is it.
for me. Okay, so she's gone. It's Friday night right now, and it's about what, 7 o'clock? It's Friday night, 7 o'clock. And I'm downtown. We're in downtown Phoenix right now. I'm never in
Is the
downtown.
airport in downtown?
Yes, dude.
Oh,
We're in
interesting.
downtown Phoenix right now,
Okay.
and more or less. And so I drove over here and I realized, oh shit, I'm going to see Dan. We're going to do the podcast, and then when it's over, it'll be like, I don't know, 8:30 or 9, and I'll be in downtown Phoenix. Now that's an opportunity. I'm never usually out on the town.
What would you do?
So, and I was thinking, and I know I've been here in Phoenix for 10 years. Dan, there's some really good strip clubs right down the street, like really good strip clubs right down the street in an industrial area. There's Pink and a couple other good ones.
All right.
Now, I'm going to admit that I have frequented them before.
Oh.
Yeah. But this was before when I was in my job and just making tons of money, you know? I quit that job because of mental health. So now I'm not going to go to the strip club because you need like strip clubs like gambling. You need to treat money like it's water. when you go to these.
Of course,
shows.
yeah.
Are you a man that frequents strip clubs? a
I've
lot?
never been to one, but I know about it. The whole thing weirds me out, being honest with you.
What do you mean?
Sitting around a bunch of guys, staring at a naked broad. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, like I talked about before, I dated them before, so
No, I mean, hey, God bless them.
we're making money.
Yeah, no.
I know a couple to this day who still make some really good money doing it.
God bless them. I'm not that. It just makes me
By
feel,
the way-
it makes me feel squeamish.
Yeah, I feel a little weird. I feel a little weird too. Especially there's this moment if you're a man, you go to strip club, and then you will go to the bathroom, and you'll look at that mirror. You look in the mirror to yourself, and you hear the music, boom, 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 and you're looking at yourself in the mirror, and you're going,
Something's gone very wrong.
I'm very low right now.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So, but it is Bruce on the night on the town. So the world is my oyster right now. I'm out here with my car. Everything's fine. Rose not around. I can do what I want.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to go to the strip club, but I'm thinking I was on Facebook, sort of looking like what are the events going on right now? There's a death metal show happening somewhere. There's this. There's that. So I really don't know. I mean, my head is swirling with possibilities what I could do. But I will tell you the fact that I don't have shitless disposable income like I used to. That sort of changes things a little bit.
Well, yeah.
Like, yeah, because I would go to the strip club, and then there's a casino not far from here I usually go to.
Like
I like
that.
that too, because you know what? There's really sketchy situation that happens at the casino where if you go there at 3 a.m, the waitresses turn into ladies of the night.
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
I'm glad we had this conversation.
Yeah. If you go to a casino that's kind of like a smaller casino, and this one's open 24 hours.
You're in the restaurant. You're having a burger.
No, you're not in the restaurant. You're just on machines.
Oh, okay.
And they come around like you want drinks.
Oh, those ones. Okay.
You're there, it's like 3 a.m, and they start chatting you up. What's going on, sir? How you doing? Winning? Good? Everything good? Yeah, it's like, what? Oh, I get up at 4 a.m. You want to meet me for a drink afterwards? And that's what happened to me. And I was like,
Wow.
I thought to myself, I think this is something. Now, I didn't cross the line, but it did. It was an interesting thing that happened. And I didn't realize it because I thought, oh, Jesus, it's so double combination. Dude, this pretzel is so good.
You're gonna be in a coma.
You want some?
No.
It comes with sweet gherkins, you know,
Ooh, yeah.
but they're a little sus. And it
Yeah.
comes with this cheese sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just filling up on this dough. But this is so strange that the Heeb Goy show is taking place, and it just feels really weird because I feel like we talked about being Gen X and how we don't like.
You don't want attention.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening right now. I'm telling you, me and you walked right in and we saw these two guys having a fucking podcast in the corner. We would just railing. Look at these guys.
I know, but it would have been just as weird in the lobby, right?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do it in my room. I mean, that's lame.
I know. So Dan got here, and I thought that maybe Dan and his better half we were going to go all eat dinner together, which would have been nice. But I sort of predicted this, like once you get off a plane, you just want to go to bed.
Yeah. Well,
I really have a hard time rallying and doing anything after a flight.
well, the only reason she would have wanted to go out is if she was hungry. But we ate on the plane.
No, what? Tell me about the meal.
Huh.
Why is there a thumb up? Did you see that?
It sees your thumb and it knows you're doing that. It's annoying.
You do it.
It doesn't know that.
Do the thumb. Oh yeah.
So stupid. So
Yeah. What did they serve you on the plane? First
So
class?
this is interesting. I'm not my first time flying first class, but so it comes to mealtime and the guy announces, okay, there's probably 18 people in first class, something like that. The guy announces, 6 of you have already given me your food orders. You ordered in advance. So I
Right.
guess you could do that in the app.
You didn't know about that?
No, news to me. He says, so I'm gonna serve them first, and whatever we have left, everyone else can pick from.
What?
Right?
I don't like the sound of that.
Well,
Right? Did you feel less than? You must
no.
have.
I don't care. I mean, I'm not there for the food. I'm there to avoid Gen Pop, right?
Yeah.
So,
By the way, good way to phrase it, using the prison terminology. Gen Pop. Which those are unaware stands for, oh shit. Stands for general population.
Yeah,
What
general
was that? What just fell?
just the thing with the drink specials.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fuck that.
For $7, you can get a Coors Light.
Ain't no way. I'm happy with I'm happy with my Shirley Temple.
Of course.
You know.
So anyway, so by the time they got,
So they come by, hold on.
By the time-
back to that, they say, I'm gonna give you everyone who was smart enough to use the app.
that's
first,
basically what he said
right.
too. He
And
said,
then all you've done
I
is
recommend all of you,
Right.
if you fly first class again, to pre-order your meal. I knew you could request like a vegan or a kosher meal in advance. I did not know that you could pre-order in general. I didn't know that. So whatever.
So, but did that? So you looked around at the other people who didn't order in advance. Like, I guess we get table scraps, whatever the fuck they
Well, I would say a third of the people there ordered in advance, and the rest did not.
are. Okay, that was the breakdown. 2/3 are just like, well, we get what we get,
Yeah, we get.
and you have to wait, and they get the food
By the
first. and
time it
everybody's
came to
looking.
us, they had beef and vegetarian. So I'm guessing the chicken meals all got.
Chicken's gonna go number one. Always.
Yes. So
chicken's great.
I'm happy. I had food poisoning this week. Vegetarian works for me. It's safer.
Yeah.
So I got the vegetarian. The wife got the beef. It's pretty good, I must say.
Was it like a rice pilaf situation?
Basically, it was like a melange of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
shit farro or whatever the fuck else. But you had a little dessert, and then you had a little like a roll. Look at that thing.
Dude, I'm in heaven right now.
Great. You would
So
never
it's got
treat
this-
yourself to
I
this.
mean, absolutely. Now look, it's got this fucking cheese sauce. Oh yeah, dude. This is just. So, Dan, it's getting the volume is getting a little louder in here.
It is.
We're in this restaurant. It's an airport. Is there a child over there?
No.
No, okay. If a child walked in here right now as a family and started making noise, this would be a very different podcast. It would turn into a hate fest.
Oh, I did have a near altercation at the Charlotte airport. I can tell you about.
Yeah, tell me about the child altercation at the airport.
No, it wasn't a child. So we're actually getting a cup of coffee, and I get a notification in my little app, your flight's delayed. Or it
Okay,
doesn't-
this is in Florida.
No, this is in Charlotte.
Oh, okay, the layover.
So I'm looking at it thinking, okay, but it doesn't say how long.
What?
You want to know how long.
You
right?
want to know?
So I said, tell the wife, I'm going to go to the gate and ask.
Right.
So I walked to the gate, and there's a couple of like attendants helping these wheelchair people.
Uh-huh.
And so I got my backpack. I travel.
Tread easily. Tread carefully here.
They're helping geezers, old farts.
Okay.
What? No, you thought I was going to use the R word? No. No, these are geezers. These are old
Okay,
farts.
okay.
So one of the guys, attendants helping them, kind of,
Wait a minute, paint the picture. These are a bunch of really old people in
in
wheelchairs?
wheelchairs,
Okay.
and they're about to get wheeled around,
Right.
and the attendants are there. The attendants are 19, 20, you know.
Right. They're just
So-
glazed over. They're making $8.
No, their lives are miserable. No,
Yeah.
for sure. So I have my backpack. That's all I'm carrying is a backpack. But I have this pillow that goes into a tiny bag that I pull out. It's like a neck pillow.
It's a neck, one of those things that look like a toilet bowl kind of.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I tie. It's in a bag that I tie to the back of the backpack. So as I'm walking,
Right.
it swings a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
Not my fault, but it does sort of. It might graze you. In a
Right.
tight
How
space.
long is the string that it ties from the backpack to the like?
It's a foot.
So it's like a pendulum.
A little bit.
All right.
A little bit. But it's not. I mean,
All right.
anyway.
I'll accept it.
So I'm going to ask the gate agent about this flight, and I walk one of the attendants with the geezers standing there, and I kind of shimmy around him. I don't bump him or anything. I think my little pillow must have hit him.
Right.
I didn't know that, right? So I asked the gate agent the question. She answers the question. I turn around. The guy gets right in my face
No.
and goes, he goes, excuse you.
Oh, shit.
Like dickhead Like,
Like
and
he was ready to start something.
yeah, and for a minute, for like a split second, I have no idea what he's talking about. But then I realized, oh, my pillow thing must have hit him. But like, I didn't hit him. It wasn't like it was like this.
Yeah.
If that had happened, I would have said, "Excuse me." I
Yeah.
had no idea. So I go into fight or flight mode. I'm like, all right, I'm not taking this shit from some fucking Gen Z little punk. You know what I'm talking about?
All right, hold on. Describe the kid. How old?
20 tops.
Skinny, tall.
Very skinny.
Yeah.
Tall.
Probably had that haircut, the sort of broccoli haircut.
Unkempt. Yes. How'd you know that?
Because I have the broccoli haircut.
Yes. Broccoli. I wouldn't have called it that, but yes.
It's Sideshow Bob, essentially.
Yes,
from The
yes,
Simpsons.
yes. So,
Okay.
hand to God.
Okay.
I'm at the point in my life where I'm not putting up with any shit, right? And understand that I'm not the type of guy
Right.
to bump someone and be like, "Fuck you."
Are you ready to catch a charge over this? Like,
Yeah, I'm not gonna put up with shit. So, when he says that to me, probably a second and a half past it, felt like a minute and a half,
right.
and I
What'd you say?
and I looked him right in the eye and I go, "Fuck off."
Really?
Yeah, because I'm not putting up with that shit. It was not like I bumped him myself.
Did anyone overhear it?
No, because I think it was a situation where he thought, I could see in his eyes, he thought, what should I do now? But he's like, am I really going to start something with a guy twice my age, given that I work here?
He's working. He's got the name tag
Got
on.
the name tag.
Yeah.
Like, look, I'm not going to report him. It's nothing like I would never do anything like that.
No, just the hell.
But I'm not going to put up with shit.
Right.
Because it was not a situation where I owed him an apology. Right.
I told him F off.
He could have said, hey, man, your thing is swinging people and bumping people. And then I would have said, oh, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot it was there. But that's not what he did.
You should watch it.
Excuse you.
Oh,
Right in my face.
bro.
So, fuck off.
So what happened after you said fuck off?
He walked off with his geezer.
That was it?
That was it. The wife didn't believe me. I told her that. She goes, you didn't believe her. I go, I did.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore.
You know, that's a good story.
I'm not putting up with any shit.
I actually had a similar thing where I chimed in and said something, and it's kind of like, I'm like you, like the older I get, are you missing like a,
I would like another iced tea. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this maneuver.
that's a good one.
Put it right here.
I don't think you got a lot of chips, but you're not too
Oh,
hungry.
no, I'm not that hungry. But
Yeah,
I felt like I
I'm
should have
loving
ordered
this.
something.
Pretzel thing was perfect.
Yeah.
So I had to go to the doctor the other day. I got new health insurance, new doctor. That means you got to start from scratch. New supplier, you know.
Yeah. Oh. Still got to go to Scottsdale?
No, thank God.
All right. Okay.
This is like 2 miles from my house in Mesa, but the place is filled with boomers and altacockers. You know what I mean? It's definitely a different-
Geezers love Arizona.
They love it.
I thought just Florida was geezers. but
No, it's bad.
no. All right.
So I go to the new doctor's place, and you could tell it's for like, I think my healthcare plan now is like a lesser than, like it's. I could just
So
tell
why did you switch? What happened?
because it has to do with money and stuff that Ro deals with.
Oh,
You're in
Ro
a-
does.
Yeah, it's in a different bracket or something. Like, dude,
Oh, that's right. She structures it to where you both of you look like you're like basically living in Haiti,
you know what?
right?
I call it. She cooks the books, Dan.
Of course.
She cooks.
She
the
makes
books.
it. She makes it look like you're living in a homeless
Right.
encampment
But
in
not,
MacArthur Park.
Not homeless, but like I think it's the sweet spot is like I don't know 21K or something like that. I don't know. It's a whole
So it gets
different
paid for
podcast.
by
right,
people like me,
Right.
schmucks like me.
right,
Pay
right.
for you.
Good for you.
Right.
Right. So I'm in there and I'm looking around. I'm like realizing that everybody here can't afford. Like if everybody had money, we would get the top of the line healthcare because
Of course.
healthcare is privatized. You know.
Yes, of course.
I'm like, okay. So I'm in there, and some guy comes in. Hand to God, Dan. He's probably about 35. And I'm not kidding. He's wearing a thin blue line Punisher shirt. I watched him walk in. You know how I feel about this. I just get triggered immediately. This guy walks in,
No.
and he's a construction guy too. You can see he's like got the construction shit on, you know.
It doesn't say no fear on his truck.
I didn't see the truck. I just
All
saw him barge in, and it's a really busy office. So he walks in, and he immediately goes up and starts like yelling at the lady who was working, you know, at the desk. So he's like this guy. He's probably like this, you know, white 35-year-old guy, whatever. The woman working behind the desk is very sweet. overweight, black lady who's probably about our age, whatever. And he just like, my back is to it, but I can hear it. Now I'm so aware of this whole situation. And he starts yelling at me. This is bullshit. You guys, you were supposed to have nobody. They keep kicking me. They keep kicking the can down the road. They keep passing me around like a hot potato. And I know what he's talking about. Like I sort of relate to this guy a little bit.
You're right. He's
Because
taking it on the wrong person.
He's taking it out on the wrong person. And he's really raising his tone. Now I start to get my hackles up sitting in the chair. Like I had this internal conversation. Get involved, but keep to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, where am I going with this? But like you with the teenage kid, at this point, I'm like, let's get involved. You know what I mean? Let's,
All right.
You know what? I'm 55. Let's mix it up a little. Let's get involved. So the guy's screaming and yelling stuff, and then he turns around, he walks through the lobby, and he's like, no one's saying a word to him. No one wants to get involved. And he looks through the whole lobby and goes, this is what we get. Fucking socialism, socialist healthcare, Joe Biden, blah, blah, blah.
Dude, wait a minute.
That's what he said.
Joe Biden's against socialized healthcare.
That's what he said. He just,
People like, you should want socialized healthcare because if we had socialized healthcare, everyone would have healthcare versus what we have now. But
Thank you, Dan.
But wait a minute. But Biden has said he would veto it even if it came to him.
The
So
guy-
none of that even makes sense.
he's just one of these programmed to say what, you know what I mean? Like,
I guess.
Yeah,
It
that-
doesn't even make sense.
they don't have to make sense. So he's just upset. He starts screaming about Joe Biden and socialized healthcare. And this is interesting. I want you to tell me because I don't know.
Do you need one more Shirley Temple?
What's that?
Do you need
Another
one
Shirley
more?
Temple?
Oh, no, I'm good with the Shirley Temple.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So, Dan, tell me if I fucked up by saying this, and I'll be honest with you, too. Something came out of me before I even could think about it, and I was like, oh, shit, I can't believe I said that, right? So I'm playing on my phone, and he starts screaming and yelling, Joe Biden, socialism. And I said loudly, I'm like, no, you're wrong. It's not socialist healthcare. It's capitalism. If it was socialist healthcare, we would all be taken care of right now. Is that right?
Absolutely the case.
Okay, so that's what I thought. But
What's odd about that?
but here, so listen. So I said that loudly. I looked right at the dude and I said it angrily.
You're right. No, what you said was correct.
Because he's like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, no. They kept on talking about this is socialist healthcare. I'm like, it's capitalism. And then I thought about it some more and think I didn't say this, but I'm like, if we all had money, why are we all here? I should have said this later. Like, if we're all here in this lobby right now, including you, sir, we're here because we don't have a lot of money. Everybody here. If we all had a lot of money, we'd be getting great health care.
Of course.
Right?
Because
Like-
we have a privatized
You
system.
have a privatized system and you wouldn't be yelling at her and they wouldn't kick you around like hot potato like you're complaining about. So this is it.
Well,
So that's
they
what-
might kick you around like hot potato, but they'd be kicking everyone around like hot potato.
right. But anyway, I said that and then I had to Google it later because I want to hold myself accountable too. You know what I mean? I'm like, did I say something fucked up? You know what I mean? So, but it is, I'm glad you clarified it too. But yeah, I said it to this dude and this dude, he looked at me like he wanted to knock me out.
It's odd because
And then he stormed out of there.
what's odd about all this, we're the only major country on the planet that does not have a universal healthcare system.
That's amazing to me.
The reason for that is propaganda. This has been studied. This has been studied very carefully. If you explain to people, Republican, Democrat, anybody, what universal single payer healthcare is, meaning you're going to have higher taxes, but you're going to have no premiums, you're going to have no copays,
Right.
you're going to be guaranteed coverage. There's never going to be a medical bill in your life. You cannot go bankrupt from medical bills. There's no medical bills. Now, look, your taxes will go up,
Yeah.
but they will go up by a lesser amount of money than what you would have spent on those other things.
And I don't want to get into it deep.
But the reality
Societal,
is,
you know.
if you explain to people what it is, most agree. The problem is, in this country, you have a polarized society where people are propagandized by one corporate media source or the other. And you have one group, the rich people, who love our current system because it serves them.
Yeah.
Right? And then you have the poor people who get propagandized to think that somehow socialized healthcare would be worse, which it would not be.
Well, and that's what I was kind of thinking with this dude, because like I told you before, I'm like trying to like not hate people on site, you know. And I
Hard to
realized
do.
this guy. Yeah, I do. Well, I still do hate people on site.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not.
I'm sure I can look around right
It's
now.
not possible.
You know what I mean? But
No,
anyway, so I said something.
No, you
to
were
him.
in the right. I would have said something along the lines of, "What we have is not socialized medicine. We have, like you said, private or profit
Right.
medicine that was written. That the bill, Obamacare, Affordable Care Act, was written by the insurance lobby, by Blue Cross, Aetna, all those. So,
I'm sure it wasn't that clear, like, but I did say something to the lines of, I said, no, it's not socialized healthcare. If it was socialized healthcare, we'd all be taken care of.
Yep.
It's capitalism. We live in capitalism. And then that's what I said verbatim. He looked at me like he could not compute. But
It's
as soon as I said it,
I'm fascinated by these people because they're so close. Like that guy hates the establishment, which
he
I
was
like.
close.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
That's what I like. He hates the establishment. I like that.
Yeah.
You just need a little more information.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
So I don't want to talk about stuff like, but I did. It was kind of similar how like you said something to mix it up.
Oh, I
And
wasn't gonna
said
take it.
something. This dude, but this wasn't at me. I almost said, hey, I don't like the way you're talking to her.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I wanted to say, but the socialized medicine thing is what.
Yeah.
But after he left, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. I was like amazed that I said that. And I told that to Ro, and she's like deep sigh on the phone, whatever. And I told her, I said, there's probably one day soon, and I truly believe this, Dan, one of these days soon, I'm going to come home with a black eye, like a straight up black eye. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been in like a fisticuffs in decades. The last time I was in an actual fight. You know what I mean? I haven't been a lot in my life. Back in my 20s and 30s, yeah, quite a bit. But now, and I was bad at it. I'm bad at it. I'm bad at bar fights. But
Yeah.
my emotions will get me there.
You got to pick your spots. Like the kid
Yeah.
today who,
You
Yes.
could have taken him.
I mean, he was young, but he was tiny, like very skinny. So I throw myself at him, take him to the
Yeah,
ground.
but he was that
if
young.
If I can get him to the ground, I could hold him. Because I probably weigh twice what he does.
I feel like if someone could take me out, they could just like hit the knee, my bad knee,
Oh yeah, meniscus.
and I'm going down.
Yeah. Then
Because that's what I was there.
Then you're back to Scottsdale.
Dude. So that's why I was there, because I had to start with a brand new doctor. So listen to this. So I'm at this new doctor, and so like I know I only have a certain amount of, you know how like so quick they're lucky if you get 10 minutes with them. I came prepared with a list of things. Like I wrote it down. What's going on? Why are we seeing you here today? Okay, but and I just rallied down this thing. This dude didn't even do a physical examination of me at all.
Yeah.
I stayed fully clothed. He didn't do any physical examination. I told him things that I wanted to address, and he prescribed prescription medicine for all of them without even checking the body parts that it related to.
Welcome to modern medicine, my friend.
I was like, great. But you know what it is? Thank God for Google, because I heavily researched all these
You
things.
did your own research? I don't think that was a long cruise. I
It's
thought
not,
that
but
we
when it
frowned
comes-
upon that.
But when it comes to simple,
I remember when that used to be called reading.
right. No, but if for something like simple skin conditions and rashes, we're talking about rashes.
I don't trust any of these people. I think everyone should do their own research because everything now is profit motive, profit motive, profit motive. Why do you
But
think this
you're
guy
right.
did that?
You're right making fun of me with that, because look into the vaccine, these guys that say I do my own research. It's like, okay.
See, I don't agree with that.
Okay.
It used to be called reading. There was a time when that was called reading. And I don't like, my attitude is, as much as I might think some people are kooky for some of their opinions, they're doing less damage than the jackals.
What about though, if they're doing reading and there was no internet and they're reading medical journals and libraries to do their own research, like actual
All right. Well, I mean,
dissertation, not Yahoos on YouTube, not like morons
Well,
like me and you, dude,
well-
with American flags in the background.
well, look,
Come on,
man,
no, come on.
look. The problem we got is nobody trusts our institutions anymore, and there's a good fucking reason for that because they're all captured. Oh shit!
Dan, I want to introduce. Okay, hold on. So I showed you that big ass pretzel in the beginning.
Gone.
Oh,
Gone.
just ate that whole
You're gonna-
thing.
Thank you.
That was good.
One of the Shirley Temple.
No, I'm good with the one Shirley Temple.
All right.
Dan's having second iced tea. You know what? I'm done with this.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Oh my God. Let's talk about something else.
So tomorrow, Mexico, we land. We have a nice lunch by the water, by the sea, and then we board a bus to a boat to take us to the boat. We get on the boat, we embark, and then at some point this week, maybe we'll do a little mini thing. So we have one day where we're completely on the water all day, and I think it should be pretty good. I can get around the balcony.
You can what?
I have a balcony, so I'll get on the balcony.
How big is the boat you're going on?
I told you it's only 100 people.
Do you know how long, like the size of the boat? Is it a 200-foot boat?
I'd have to look it up. It's 100 passengers,
Bow to
50
stern?
cabins.
50 cabins. Probably a 200-foot boat. I would think it.
It's gotta be big. I mean,
Yeah. Do you go out in the high seas? Like, are
you go around the Baja Peninsula, and
Oh,
they
shit.
stop at different places, and then we go and see whales.
You're never hundreds of miles away from the coastline?
No.
Okay. You don't see land.
Yes, I think so. So we'll do a little mini one. We'll work something out. One
Do
of the
you or
bigger
Kara get seasick?
I don't tend to. No, it's been a while since I'm on a ship, but no, I don't tend to have those problems. And these are bigger ships, obviously.
Cheers. I'm in ecstasy over the pretzel.
What?
I'm in ecstasy over the pretzel. You know, today's been a crazy day because I ate out today.
Whoa!
I went and got a burrito for $10.
Oh,
That's
don't
my
tell
first
Ro.
meal. Actually, I told Ro. She said, "How you doing today?" in the text, and I'm like, "Not good. I was bed rotting all day yesterday." Have you heard of this term?
Bed riding?
Bed rotting.
Rotting.
Bed
Means you don't
rotting.
get out of bed?
Yes, it's it's a funny term. It's when you are, and I'll combine it with another term. I was doom scrolling and bed rotting all day yesterday because the weather was really bad here yesterday. You know,
so
it
you
was-
sit in your bed.
I just stayed in bed, and without, it's strange because I remember I was like,
What do you have to pee?
you get up to pee,
All right, okay.
that's it. But like it's shitty weather outside, and I'm just for some reason, you ever get to a funk for no reason, just a little bummed out, a little depressed, whatever.
Daily, yeah.
Yeah. And it never happens to me really, but it happened. I was like, shit, dude, I'm bummed out.
You know, since we're talking terminology of the youth, you say bed rotting. I
Yeah.
have a tenant who's 22,
Tell me.
and he gives me all the good words.
Oh
And-
yeah.
and
Test me.
there's a
I
good
bet
one.
I'm good at it.
It's a
Test
good
me.
one. And
Test me.
I mess with him on this all the time. Gooning.
Okay, I don't know that one.
Okay, so this is X-rated, everyone.
Okay, hold on, let me look.
I had never heard of this. Gooning is when you're edging for more than like 3 hours.
I know edging.
For more than 3 hours. That's gooning.
Why don't you explain what edging is?
I don't. I feel like we need to stay PG. PG
I bet I
17.
can explain. Hold on. I'm going to explain what edging is in PG. You ready?
You can't really do that.
Yes,
can
I
you?
can.
All right.
Okay. Edging is when you are pleasuring yourself.
Well, no. You
Yes.
could be with someone else.
Okay. You are either it's a lot of times used in the pleasuring yourself, but it also could be during the act,
Right. Okay.
sexual act, and it's to delay the climax.
Right.
Right. That's PG. I could say that. Right?
Sure.
So to delay the climax, you would think of something to take the edge off.
Like you would think of me.
So no, that would get me there quicker. But it's kind of like in our generation would talk about like think about baseball, right? Like that's what we know about. Like that was edging to us was baseball. But now it's like a common insult that kids use, like I was edging to Tucker Carlson. You know what I mean? And they like to tell him that.
Well, gooning
So
is a
what
new
is
thing
gooning?
where you do that, but it's that you stay in that state for hours.
Why would you do that?
You're asking the wrong guy. So every time I text this guy now, because he and I are buddies. He's a nice kid. He's 22. He rents a place from me.
Right.
I actually gave him I give all my tenants Christmas gifts. I gave him a license plate, Florida license plate. It says Gooning RN.
No. So
Gooning RN.
Dan is actually a landlord, which I know is taking a lot of heat in this day and age. But
No,
I will
not,
say,
not. I rent to people I know.
Dan's a good
Yeah,
guy.
I rent to people that I know.
He is a good guy. I can confirm that. I mean, who else is going to give their
Oh, he loves it.
You know,
Gooning RN.
Gooning RN license plate.
Yeah. So he
I told you what Gooning was.
yes. So every time he texts me now, back like today, he said, "Hey, I'm doing a resume. Can you help me?" I said, "Sure, but I'm gooning right now." And it's
I wonder, but like you said, I'm gooning right now, but I wonder what how you would really use that in a sentence to be more accurate. Like why? Like I don't understand
well,
why
I'm
you would
never
goon.
going to goon in my life. So that's what makes it funny.
Yeah, I'm not going to edge either. Like I'm not going to wait. I'm going to get there as quick as I can.
Yeah. At this age,
And
yeah,
I'm going to get there
be done with it.
and just get it over with.
Get back to television or whatever.
I
you're
just want to get it. You know what? It's so like I just want to get it over with.
doing. Yeah.
Get the poison out.
Poison out.
Get
Yeah.
the poison out and just move on with life.
I should have him on as a guest. You would like this
The
kid.
kid?
He's a great kid.
Does he have a broccoli haircut?
No, he's a great kid. He grew up in food service. His family, who I don't get along with, they own a restaurant. They hate me. But
They do.
But he loves me.
Why do the parents hate you?
It's a very long and boring story.
I doubt it's boring.
So
Give me the condensed version.
his mother. Well, okay.
Are you sure you want to talk about this on the podcast?
Okay. His parents own a restaurant. Well, his family. His father lives in a different state. His mother hates me, and I haven't really figured out exactly why. She's one of those people that the nicer I am to her son, the more she dislikes me, which is super weird to me.
I know what's going on.
But I think part of it is she's one of these people. I think that she'll draw conclusions about you based on one thing, and like a good example is I tend to make off-color jokes, as you know,
Yeah,
and I'll do that if I know you.
because it's funny.
I'm not going to do it to randos, but
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
know you. So at the restaurant, there was a couple of the kids there that I knew pretty well, who I got to know, and I would make jokes with them. And she overheard a couple, and she was not
She
happy.
sounds like she's too prissy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
she
saying?
wasn't having it. She's one of these people who thinks that if you make off-color jokes, that means you're a bad person. Right?
That's bullshit.
I agree. So anyway, the kid is hilarious, but he yeah. So I'm like his mentor.
Uncle Dan.
Uncle Dan.
Uncle Dan's a lot. He's an uncle to a lot of different people, and I
Yeah,
know
he's a
we're
nice
gonna have.
22. He's a big like 6'4".
Is he in fraternity?
No, he's not. He didn't go to college. He works at a restaurant.
Oh, right.
You would love this kid.
I would.
Yes, yeah. He's funny.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's funny. He has the same kind of attitude you do about shit. Like, you know. Yeah,
Okay.
I think you would vibe with him. Yeah, I vibe with him.
And we like each other.
Yeah, he's a good kid. So, well, anyway, Gooning kids.
Because
That's your word of the day.
Dan, we're gonna have these 22-year-old girls on the show soon
Yes.
who are going to be very attractive.
Well, I'm interested from a sociological point of view. I want to know what life is like. I want to know what it's like on a day-to-day basis. I don't mean like something gross. What's it like getting up, what's it like going to the gas station? What's it like going and getting a sandwich? I want to know what it's like. I want to know what life's like, because you and I can't possibly walk in the shoes of a very good-looking 22-year-old woman.
I imagine it would be like the opposite of what we deal with, because like people like they either look right through us like we're transparent,
Yeah.
or with like a disgust.
Disgust. Yeah, it's either
You know.
you're invisible or you're.
And the older I get, the more I get the disgust and horror. Remember that I told you the other day, I got the look of disgust and horror. And it's funny on that podcast because you would look at me like, oh yeah, you said you smiled with this knowing look.
Yeah.
Because I was watching on the podcast.
I get it.
And Dan was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know that feeling. I'm like, oh my God.
So yeah,
But can you imagine
future episodes we're gonna have. Yeah, I have a. We've talked about this. I have a friend's daughter. I'm gonna have her and one of her buddies on. I just want to know I want to know what life is like. It's just that simple. Nothing
So
weird.
I was like yesterday when I was depressed and I was bed rotting and doom scrolling. I'm also
Gooning.
I wasn't gooning.
Right.
I actually just fapped, got that done earlier in the day, and I think that what led to the depression and the bed rotting. It's a cycle.
It is a cycle.
And so, but then I was like on TikTok all day. Now this app called TikTok, and we all know I'm an addict and stuff. And I think I have my my addict personality manifests itself when I'm on TikTok because I'm addicted to it. And like, you know how like your phone says how long you've been on an app for?
Oh no.
Dude, 7 hours. I was scrolling on TikTok for 7 fucking, not continuously, but like at the end of the day, it says how long you're on there. I'm like, dude. And so, but it was like a lot of just different videos of different things. It was like no gooning, but it was like, you know, they always like show me like hot chicks and stuff, doing stuff. And if you're a hot chick, you can get like a good TikTok following. And that's what everybody wants on social media. They want the likes, they want the followers and blah, blah, blah. It's something that I noticed. I'm like, oh my God, all you need to have a high following, like we're so simple creatures. And all you need to have like a good high following on TikTok is have a nice set of jugs, apparently. Because like literally, I mean, I was watching somebody.
So they're not creating any content. It's all that unique, is what you're saying.
No, it's like it's the content. Another term the kids would use. It's very mid. All the content is extremely mid, but they just got this nice set of honkers out there, and you're like, yo, and they know it too. Like these young girls, they know it. They're like, oh my God, and
I'm glad they know it though. Good for them. I mean, now's the time.
I know
10, 15,
like
20 years from now. Good luck.
And can you imagine, like, and that's what I imagine, like, if I was, if I cared about TikTok, and I mean, I'm on TikTok, and I make some videos, and they don't do too well. I don't really care too much. And quite frankly, me and you have a good attitude about this podcast, too. It's not like we're just desperate for likes, and we just do this like an expression.
It says it right up top.
Yeah,
like,
subscribe
or
so
not.
like that's what Dan is when we do this podcast. It's like let's just do it, and we won't have any listeners or subscribers. Like, that's fine. It's more like it's like what Rick Rubin says. Treat it like a diary. Just treat it like a diary, and you're expressing yourself, creating stuff, and that's totally cool. But like it's very important for most people for these likes and stuff, and the way that the sky high numbers. For just people that just like, and dudes don't have that option. It's not like it's not like there's dudes showing their big package on their sweatpants and they're getting a lot. That's not how it works.
No,
it's because men are so visual and they just get a set of tits out there, and it's like holy. And it's also the big butt. I'm also on big butt TikTok too. They show me big butts, and I'm like, okay, I'm interested. You know, guilty as charged. So I'm up all night, edging. Gooning, bed rotting, fucking doom scrolling.
well,
Dan.
I am whooped, guys. It is.
Are you going to bed?
9:45 my time. Normally, I would be in bed by now. So I think we're going to call this one a day.
Really? This is an hour-long podcast. It's 52
Not
minutes
bad
long.
for on the road.
Not bad because we did 2 hours last time with Christina.
And
what's her name again?
Christina.
She's awesome. Christina's
We will. She's in my house right now.
Yeah.
We will have, and maybe we'll bring her in when I'm on the one I do from the ship, and she can give.
We're gonna do. Hold on. We're doing one of these from Mexico. You're on the ship.
I will be on the ship, and we'll do it from the ship, and we'll have her, and she can discuss what's happening at my house.
That'll be a good way to check in.
How are my pigs? How are my chickens?
You know what? What if there's like an ASIN running behind you, causing problems on the boat?
Well, if there's a kid. We'll have an emergency episode, but I am cautiously optimistic that won't happen.
Well, listen, Dan, from the bottom of my heart, it's been very nice to see you here in Phoenix.
Yes,
Dan is my good friend.
Yes.
Not all parts of the internet are horrible and bad because I'm able to meet Dan here, good friend of 15 years from Facebook. So it can connect people, which is kind of nice. So it's not all horrible. Right? It's not all doom scrolling and gooning.
No, 87% horrible, but yes.
I'd say 87% is pretty good percentage.
Yeah.
But it's been nice, and thank you for the hot pretzel, which we
Yes.
call the Bavarian. What do we call it?
The hot Bavarian
Bavarian
gooning pretzel.
Goon pretzel.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna go back up to your
Go
room,
to my room.
and I'm gonna have some decisions to make out in the parking lot.
Yeah,
Like
that.
I'm here. I'm in Phoenix. What time is it? It's
7:48.
It's 7:48. I'm in Phoenix, and I got some money on
The
me.
world is your oyster.
I got a couple $100 on me,
The world is your oyster.
you know,
Yeah.
and I could go right down to that strip club, but that would be a really bad move because you ain't gonna go too far with a couple $100.
No, you're gonna burn pretty quick.
No, it's not
You need
gonna
to go to like the nickel slots at the casino. And wait till 3 a.m.
Okay, on that note, I think we're going to wrap it up. Okay.
Thank you for
Yeah,
joining
yeah.
us. And
Thank you.
when next you see us, it will be from the Sea
He'll
of
be on a boat in
from
Mexico.
the Sea of Cortez.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to the Heeb Goy Show.